Welcome to the fourth video in our Forex trading training series brought to you by forexminute.com. This is Characteristics of Price Behaviour Part 4. This is a slide from our previous video. When I introduced this slide in the previous video, I mentioned how price trends and how price ranges, and I asked the following questions. How does price behave and what patterns are formed at the end of a trend? And I showed some illustrations and price charts to answer that question. In this video we're going to answer the second question. How does price behave at the end of a range? When price ranges, it moves sideways. Price repeatedly moves up and down within two areas of the market, but the overall or general direction of price is sideways. All ranges do come to an end, and quite simply, price either breaks out of the top of the range or breaks out of the bottom of the range. And then more often than not, price trends. If price breaks out of the top of the range, price uptrends. If price breaks out the bottom of the range, price downtrends. And let me demonstrate this on a real life price chart. This is a weekly chart of the pound against the Japanese yen. I've chosen this weekly chart and this currency pair because there's a lot I can show you from this data that's in front of you that goes hand in hand with what has been taught in these last few videos. First of all, we have our range. Price is moving up and down, but in a general sideways direction. And to make that more clear, let me place two lines on the chart. There's the first line. And there's the second line. It's important to note that these lines are not specific prices that price repeatedly bounces off, but rather they are general areas. You'll notice that price reverses each time at the bottom of the range, but price is at a slightly different level. It's a general area where price is reversing, and the same on the top of the range. Price reverses repeatedly, but it's not exactly at the same level each time. It's just a general area where price is reversing. You'll notice eventually that price does break out on the upside, and as illustrated in the slides, price then uptrends. If price broke on the downside, it's likely that price would have downtrended. Now, the reason I wanted to use this weekly chart is first to demonstrate the wide range of charts that are available when trading Forex. So far we've used a variety of charts, including 5-minute, 4-hour charts, now weekly charts, and some others. But also, I wanted to show you the price action of this uptrend. We obviously have our step-in motion of pushes and pullbacks, but let's see what happens after this pullback that creates a lower low. We have a very clear head and shoulders pattern, which I taught in the previous video. We have our first shoulder, our head, our second shoulder, and then price goes on the downside. And you'll notice that price falls heavily on the downside, and that was a great opportunity to go short and profit as price moved in a downwards direction. So from this weekly chart, you can see the profit that can be made from trading these patterns. We have clear highs and lows of an uptrend, and also a range and how price breaks out of a range. It's a great chart to demonstrate the different price behaviors or market types I've taught in these last few videos. In a future video, I will show you how to trade these breakouts. When price breaks out of a range, there are specific ways we can trade those breakouts to profit as price moves on the upside or on the downside. To summarize, price ranges will end. Price eventually breaks out. That's how ranges end. Price breaks out by moving higher on the upside or lower on the downside when compared to previous rejections and price reversals. And more often than not, price breaks out of these ranges because of news events. And as mentioned in future videos, I will show you how to trade price breakouts. That's the end of our 4-part price behavior series. Our next video, video 5, will be reading Japanese candlesticks part 1. Thank you so much for watching this video.